The Surface Scramble. Welcome to the glamorous, bustling boulevard of the surface web, the internet's Times Square, but without the neon hot dog stands. This is the part of the internet everyone knows and loves, or scrolls through existentially. Search engines, online shopping, social networks, memes, and, yes, cat videos. If you can Google it and find it, it probably lives here. The surface web is only about 4 and 10% of the total internet, which is both mind-blowing and a little like learning you've only been swimming in the hotel pool when there's an ocean next door. Let's rewind to the early 1990s. The World Wide Web went live, and suddenly the world had hyperlinks, browsers, and the "You've got mail" soundbite. From static web pages to dynamic platforms like YouTube and Wikipedia, the surface web exploded, making knowledge, communities, and shopping for socks from your sofa possible. Fun fact, in 1991, the first web page simply explained what the web was. If only Sir Tim Berners-Lee knew it would lead to viral TikTok dances. But here's the punchline. For all its breadth, the surface web leaves out the hidden temples, forbidden archives, and secret passages. Curious yet? Well, as author David Weinberger quipped, the genius of the web is that it lets you choose which parts you want to see. But what about all those parts you can't see? Let's keep digging. Deep dive dynamics. Swim a little deeper and you'll hit the deep web, the library basement of the internet, where things aren't indexed by search engines but are entirely legal and, frankly, pretty mundane. Think academic databases, subscription-based news archives, medical records, cloud storage, private messages, and your hopeful 37 attempts at resetting that one password. The deep web is massive. By some estimates, it's 400 to 500 times larger than the surface web. In the late 1990s, as the surface web expanded, researchers realized that sophisticated search algorithms didn't index everything. Ever wonder where your online banking info or medical portal lives? Spoiler, it's comfortably tucked away in the deep web, not floating on Google's front page. Contrary to the dramatic name, the deep web isn't filled with digital piranhas. It's more like the city's utility tunnels. Vital, if unspectacular. It's where governments, scholars, and corporations keep their sensitive data off the public grid. As computer scientist Michael K. Bergman once described, searching on the internet today can be compared to dragging a net across the surface of the ocean. So, next time you wonder why your sock order isn't on Google, remember, there's plenty happening below the clickbait currents. Dark Web Diaries. Cue the ominous music and torchlight. Here be the dark web, the internet's haunted house and urban legend, stuffed with myths, hype, and a handful of real chills. This is the part of the internet requiring special browsers like Tor to access, where anonymity is king and privacy advocates high-five in the shadows. The term dark web first gained notoriety in the early 2010s, when hidden marketplaces like Silk Road began selling everything from vintage collectibles to, well, let's say, less savory stuff. Sure, it can be spooky. Illegal activity does occur, but it's also where journalists dodge censorship, whistleblowers drop leaks, and folks in repressive regimes find rare voices of truth. Think of it as the digital speakeasy, danger and intrigue side by side. Fun fact, Tor was initially developed by the US Navy and still receives government funding. Talk about plot twists. Philosopher Slavoj Žižek joked, "The internet is like the Wild West, only everybody is wearing a mask." Is the dark web a den of secrets or a misunderstood rebel? That's up for debate, but its very existence is a reminder. Privacy is powerful, and sometimes what's hidden shapes history as much as what's seen. Intranet Insights. grab your badge and enter the intranet, otherwise known as the office water cooler's geekier cousin. Unlike the enormous people-packed internet, an intranet is a private network used by companies, institutions, or organizations to share news, info, and those all-important mandatory training modules. No funny cat video folders here, unless IT is feeling generous. Intranets date back to the 1990s, with businesses adopting web-based tools for internal communication, just as the world was falling in love with email. Ever seen those old corporate training videos? Imagine them, but now with dashboards. The original concept was simple: slice off a secure internal piece of the web, shielded from prying public eyes, a digital fortress to keep the quarterly reports safe from chaos. Bill Gates once called the intranet the most important use of technology since the PC. Grand expectations indeed. Classical philosophers might call it the digital police, where a group gathers for a shared purpose, usually with better coffee options. Is it exciting? Not unless you like corporate memos, but its efficiency is a bedrock of modern business. Would Plato have preferred Teams or Slack? That's a symposium for another time. Who governs what? Ever wondered who keeps the internet's unruly playground from devolving into total chaos? The answer: no single person. Sorry, there's no internet king or global web czar. Just a complex web of governance, organizations, and, let's be honest, glorified arguing committees. Internet governance is centuries younger than, say, the Magna Carta, but it's just as full of drama. The Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers, IKIN, the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, and dozens of national agencies collaborate and occasionally clash over everything from domain names to digital privacy. Back in the 90s, as the World Wide Web blossomed, everybody wanted a piece of the action. Remember the dot-com boom, a virtual land grab for dot-coms and dot-nets. American lawyer Lawrence Lessig famously said, "Code is law," capturing how the invisible rules of the net have real-world impact. How do we balance freedom and safety, privacy and transparency? The debates are ongoing. Fun question. If countries can't agree on pizza toppings, will they ever agree on global data rules? For now, it's collaborative chaos, sometimes inspiring, sometimes infuriating, but always a little bit wild. Accessibility adventures. Buckle up for a journey into accessibility, the part of the internet that asks, wait, can everyone really use this? Early digital explorers barely considered users with disabilities. Imagine launching a spaceship and forgetting the air supply, crucial oversight. But as the net matured, advocates pushed for alt text, screen readers, and subtitles, championing the digital equivalent of wheelchair ramps. The World Wide Web Consortium, W3C, set the tone in 1999 with the first Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, WCAG. Their vision? Web accessibility means that people with disabilities can use the web equally. The story is still unfolding, with each new app and platform facing the question, barrier or invitation. Accessibility isn't just noble, it's also clever. With 1 in 5 people having a disability, good design means more users for everyone. Philosopher Martha Nussbaum argued that justice means the ability to participate fully. Why should the digital world be different? Sometimes what seems an afterthought, like captions on videos, becomes a game changer for millions. So next time you see that little wheelchair icon or notice captions on your favorite show, remember, it's not just compliance, it's digital empathy. Who knew altruism could be so tech-savvy? Internet of Everything. Welcome to the Internet of Everything, where your fridge might just tweet before you do. We're talking beyond screens, smart watches, smart cars, smart toasters. If it blinks, beeps, or tracks your steps, it's probably connected. It sounds futuristic, but the roots go back to inventor Kevin Ashton, who coined Internet of Things in 1999 while working at, wait for it, a cosmetics company. That's right, Lipstick Logistics helped launch our era of talking appliances. By 2024, over 31 billion devices are online. Lights, doorbells, pacemakers, street lights. The world itself seems alive with chirpy notifications. But is it hyper-connected harmony or digital mayhem? Every device is a data collector, fueling both convenience and, let's be real, paranoia. Who hasn't wondered if their smart speaker is eavesdropping? Science fiction once prophesied robot butlers. What we got was smart forks. As Neil Postman quipped, technological change is not additive, it is ecological. The Internet of Everything is changing not what we do, but how we see our world. A symphony of sensors, or maybe, just maybe, the ultimate lost remote control. So, is your toaster trending yet? Future web wonders. Gaze out over the digital horizon, and what do you see? The next evolution. Future web wonders. Picture AI assistants with charm, holographic parties, virtual universes, and an online life so immersive you might need digital sunscreen. The only certainty, more change, faster and weirder than ever. Historically, every web breakthrough, Web 2.0, the social media boom, the mobile revolution, seemed unthinkable before it happened. Now, imagine quantum internet or blockchain-secured identities. Sci-fi? Not for long. As futurist Ray Kurzweil predicted, technological change is exponential. The metaverse? Maybe. Interplanetary internet? NASA is already testing it for Mars, and guaranteed the next big thing will seem absurd, right up until it doesn't. But as we speculate, here's a thought. What do we want from our future web? A place for connection or distraction? For empowerment or escapism? Our choices today, from code to culture, will shape the stories tomorrow's historians tell. So, if anyone invents teleportation Wi-Fi, please save us a seat. Found this video interesting? Leave us a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Let us know what we should cover next in the comments below.